Hey everyone, how's it going? Shuffle's back here with another video, and we're going to do some artifact material raid today. There is an artifact material raid event going on right now. I have done very little of it. You can see I'm currently in 12th. I only have 3,800 points. Reason for this is first of all, I have a pretty easy group, so it's a little unfortunate. But the reason for this is basically that I wasn't farming stage 18, and so I was like, well, I'm just going to grab this, and I have some other stuff I want to work on, as I need to get some bullion for some gear I was working on for GR2. But I finished that, and didn't know what to do, and was playing around with the new gear on our arrogance here, and kind of stumbled into a clear of Artifact Raid without a Salazar, because I don't have Salazar. And pretty much everybody that's cleared 18 has done so with Salazar, because you can run Scarlet Hunt, and then everybody else on your team gets 20% bonus damage. For the longest time, this has been, if you don't have Salazar, you can't do 18. So, fair warning, the gear is a little intense if you want to be able to make this work. But I was able to do it, and I'm going to try and show you with Power of Dominance turned off. So there we go, it's turned off. This is the team I'm bringing in. I can tell you right now, we don't need you. Who else did I not use? I think I used her. We didn't use him. So we could bring another fighter in here, or two, just to make this safer. I don't really have another fighter. All right, we'll bring him. Those two spots, I promise you, don't matter. So the stars of the show are going to be Elwyn, Isolde, and Arrogance, which I think is pretty obtainable. And I guess Wrath. So let's start with him. And then right when Salazar goes to put his right foot down, we're going to drop her. Right there. We'll drop you in. And then we're going to drop Wrath in because he is tanky enough to survive this. Just pop her passive when we can. Basically, we're waiting for his big ultimate. When that happens, we're going to use our heal. So right there. And then as soon as that happens, we're going to put our squishier damage dealer, which happens in this case to be Zil2. We're going to put her over here. We're going to insta-pop her ult. And we're in a pretty good spot now. She is probably going to die. But that's okay. Let's pop somebody up there. We're really in no rush. You see the boss is already halfway down. Now we want to put somebody up in the top right-hand corner. But this is coming up soon. There it is. So you can see she died, which means we need somebody else in here. We don't need it right away, though. I actually didn't put somebody here right away, so I think I'm going to wait. Let's put someone up here. Pop this ult. I think my Abomination should be able to take care of this. I'm a little nervous about putting him this close, but we'll see. Because we have an A1 Volca, our Zilatu's almost back. Hopefully these guys don't get through. Doesn't look like they're going to. No. Okay. Yeah, we're golden. Perfect. So he does his big alt skill there, which isn't great, but doesn't really matter. And then we put Zo2 down again, and we're going to alt, and the boss is going to die. You can see we're not overwhelmed. There's 3 on each side, but we have 2 fighters. And there's nobody at the top coming through, so we're not worried about that. And the boss is dead, so that's all there is to it. And actually, that's only my second clear, so worked quite easily. We should be able to speed clear this now, because we have Power of Dominance. So if you want to see what I'm going to do before I show you the gear, we may as well show that really quick. I've actually never done it with a speed team, so I'm kind of guessing here. But we're going to run him instead of our healer. And we're going to try and run Abomination, I think. Sure, why not? So I'm going to put these 2 down right away to get them as close to their ults as you can. We're going to do the same thing with him. We're going to pop that alt. Put down another tank. All right, so that idea didn't work. It might have to, we have to run Regulus, I guess. Either way, we're gonna have to play with that. We're gonna try and figure something out to make that pretty fast. It should work, at least with a little playing around with it. I don't think Wrath will live. We could use Regulus though, and maybe cycle a couple of things, and try and find a way to make it work. The biggest issue is going to be cost, but we'll try and find a speed team for it. Either way, here's a look at the gear. He was our primary damage dealer. You know what I should do? Let's do an auto run, and I'll show you the damage breakdown, because it's not fair that I didn't show the damage after. Should be relatively quick, honestly, on a 3.5 times speed. Let me bring up a stopwatch here right quick. So we're at 11 seconds when we start. It's getting chunked down pretty quick. I don't even know if we need to run a speed team for this, to be completely honest. That's pretty fast. We're done, yeah. 21 seconds, start to finish. So maybe we don't have to. We'll see. All right, stat breakdown. Arrogance doing most of the work at 6 million, Zilla2 chiming in at 3.3, and Wrath at 2.2, and that's it. Nobody else even touched the boss. Oh, you know what? You know why that run didn't work? I don't think we had Power of Dominance on. Yeah, we had Power of Dominance turned off when we tried that speed run. How long is this video? I really apologize. If you just want to see the stats, I know I'm being a pain, but I want to know if it'll work now, and that was a pretty massive fail, so let's try this. Alright. Power of Dominance on. Should make a gigantic difference. Let's do that. And that. I still want to try and run him, to be completely honest. And then we'll cycle in probably Regulus. And if he could live... Oh, beautiful. Well, there you go. Much, much, much better. I'm really glad we tried that again. Had to save face. That was pretty sweet, actually. So there's your damage output: 7.2 from Silas, 2.5 from Arrogance, and I guess we'll show the auto run just to see it real time. So the time is 10 seconds now. Moving really fast. Jesus. Alright, so it's about a 10-11 second run. Not too bad, especially considering we don't have Salazar. And yeah, damage breakdown is the same. We get a little more damage. We get 500,000 damage there from Abomination, but that's it. Alright, gear time, I promise. Alright, so the first clear, most importantly, is this guy. So my Arrogance, first of all, before we even look at the stats, he's not skilled up all the way. These are only the free skill ups, basically the ones with dust and not the skill crystals, because I was working on my Silas and my Virna. And now I'm actually going to have to skip over Arrogance again, because I got Hatsu, and I'm going to have to work on her. But skills not even close to maxed. In terms of his artifact, he has no awakenings either. He is on Flawless Blade. I don't know how important that is, but it is quite nice because for a lot of the fight, he's not taking any damage. So he will get these stacks up pretty quick. But here's the stats. So he's almost 40k HP. Keep that in mind because that big attack, he almost died. Any less tankiness than he has, and your Arrogance might die. And if he does, you're not going to be able to clear it this way. A quick look at the full stats, I guess. He's got 42k HP, including the artifact, and 3,400 defense. So those are the numbers you're aiming for. In terms of his attack, he is plus 1,300, or 13,000, sorry, for a total of 19,644. That is including the artifact, of course. 108 crit, which means I have room to improve him, and plus 129 crit damage. Really, it's a lot of speed, crit rate, attack, HP. This one has no crit rate. You'll see why in a minute, but attack, good crit damage roll, speed, flat attack. This is the overroll on crit. This is the piece that I want to replace because this piece has no crit damage on it. So I'm looking for a piece, an attack piece with a little bit of crit and a lot of crit damage is ideally what I want on this piece. I just haven't been able to find one yet. And then we got attack with a gold crit damage roll and a very high speed roll plus a lot of HP. And a ridiculous crit rate piece with a gold attack and a gold crit damage roll, as well as a good speed roll and a good HP roll. So all around, pretty perfect gear, just minus that one piece. And of course, there is no crit damage on this piece because it's not an ancient. But like I said, he's going to be a hard one to duplicate, but it is possible. And that is with the crit rate main. So if you put your best gear on him and it's got some girth to it, then you might be able to pull this off. Up next, the Eloin. I'm actually really happy with my Eloin. She's on Warlord and Invigoration. So what we did, the way we deployed it, we put down our arrogance first, and then we put Elwyn down second, and the invigoration set buffs the arrogance, so he gets the 10% damage buff from this. So she's at 310 speed with 18.5k attack. Wait, that's not right. It's way higher than that. Almost 20k attack and 33k HP. Um, there's the attack interval. I get it down to 1.8. She could be a little faster, but I'm not overly worried about it. HP with some rage regen. Attack with speed and HP and flat attack. Attack, speed, and defense with some healing effect. Attack, speed, defense, healing effect, and healing effect, attack, flat attack, and defense. So a little bit of tanky substats. I didn't want her to be too squishy, hence the HP piece here. I could take this off, and I'm sure at some point I'll replace it. But because there's really not a ton on it that I like, there's no attack. We could get her easily over 20k. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with her. So next person we put in was our Zolde. Her gear is nothing spectacular. You see, I didn't even bother maxing the first piece. But HP defense is basically all you're looking for here. She does have a little bit of speed, but honestly doesn't matter. Oh, I should mention, we'll go back in a minute, but I'll mention the artifact as well. And then she's on actually a healer set. The only reason is because it does give 10% HP. But it was HP with defense, HP with defense, and HP with defense. So it was basically getting her as tanky as I could possibly get her. As for her artifact, she is on Oleg's wall. This does not really help her all that much. For the content we were doing, it's just I have her on that for other content. But if you need help, maybe because yours isn't quite as tanky, then I'm sure you could find something to run there. And skill-wise, I think she's max skilled. Yeah, I did max skill her. And there's her total stats. So almost 80k HP with 6k defense. I did forget the Elwyn. I think I showed this. That's the total stats. No awakenings. And the artifact, I've got Orb of Euphoria. I increase the attack speed of all heroes in range by 30 every 60 seconds. So, I don't think it's necessary for that fight, but it definitely helps. Doesn't hurt. And it's got some pretty solid stats on it because I've got it leveled 16. The only other thing I wanted to show about her gear is she does have 79 healing effects. So keep that in mind. It might come into play. Hard to say. Then we also used Wrath. My Wrath is decent gear, but it's not pure damage. And like we talked about with Arrogance, you want to have a little bit of girth. He's up to 43k HP, so he's not going to get one shot. He's got some defense on him as well. It's more about that big ult on stage 18 where he's going to one-shot you. You see we got some defense, got some HP, crit rate attack, flat attack, and then damage the rest of the way. That being said, his damage, like attack with crit rate, crit damage, he's got an HP sub. Attack with crit rate, HP and defense subs. Crit damage with crit rate, flat attack, and speed. So the only thing I would change on him is I'd make him a little faster. I'm not happy with his speed. But all in all, he's got pretty good gear. Here's his total stats, 43k HP, 16k attack, and 2700 defense. He is A5, although that didn't really come into play in this fight. And he's on Scarlet Hunt because I didn't have an artifact for him. So just a legendary artifact. It did absolutely nothing in this fight because we didn't have bleed. So kind of useless other than the stats, which are great. And then really nobody else mattered, to be completely honest. I will show you Zillitu, because Zillitu died. She's also on Flawless Blade, and she is on Glacier. So she has pretty good stats. I wish she had a little more crit rate, but She only has 30k HP and 3k defense, and she got one shot by the Salazar. So keep that in mind. She got decent stats though. She hits hard. She got 14.5k attack plus the 30k HP into Glacier for another 6%. So she does a ton of work, especially with the 330 crit damage. But yeah, getting one shot is not in your best interest because you won't be able to do very much if you're losing units. Just happened to clear it first try the way I did it, so works for me. Anyway, guys, oh, I should show you the Silas as well because for the speed run we used this. So there's the stats for the Silas. He's pretty busted. He's got my best gear. 16.7k plus 279 speed and 276 crit damage. All perfect pieces on the right, all ancients. And he is a 2, and he's on another messenger. So that's it, guys. We're gonna wrap things up here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully, if you don't have Salazar, this video helps you get through Artifact 18. I apologize for being a little late, but hope it helps, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.